Welcome to the Halloween Marathon of 2022.
Doing this Halloween marathon has two upsides. One is that I may introduce games that others might not have known about. And two, I sometimes get to play games I was not familiar with and might find a gem or two during my playthroughs. This right here is Little Nightmares on the PS4. I think I might have said I was going to review a PC game on the last video. That was my mistake. Sorry. The game was developed by Tarpier Studios and published by Namco Bandai back in 2017 and also released on the PC, Xbox One, and later ported to the Switch, Android, iOS, and even Stadia. Is that thing still around? One of the first things that immediately caught my eye when I was looking at screenshots online was the art design. The overall look of this game had a Halloween feel to it written all over it, and as soon as I saw it I said I have to at least check it out. It looks interesting. Well, let me just say that after playing it for just over an hour, I can honestly say I need more time with this game. For the short amount of time I spent with it, I enjoyed it immensely. So before I get to my experience with this gem, let me give you a little backdrop on the story here. So the first scene has a creepy tune playing as a woman that looks to be wearing some kind of a mask and slowly turning to look at you. And before you can get a good look at her, you wake up. And at this point you notice that you are a small child wearing a yellow raincoat. The plot of the game says that it's a girl and that her name is 6. You awaken inside a dank and dark looking room with no idea of how you got there or if you were even taken from some place and just placed there. The game immediately lets you see that you are small in stature when compared to the rest of the room. At this point you know nothing other than having to exit the room to figure out what is going on. Like I stated before, when playing Subnautica, there is a sense of uncertainty and confusion when you are thrust into such strange situations. In Subnautica, you are stranded on an unknown planet surrounded by an ocean of unknown dangers. In Little Nightmares, you awaken in a room, but it is the room's dire and bleak look that immediately lets you know that something is not right. That puts you quickly on the defensive and on alert. From here on out, you will move from room to room, being wary of danger, yet not knowing how or when it will present itself. Now, according to the game's plot, this world that you are currently thrust into is called the Maw, M-A-W. My first instance of running into what could be trouble are these black looking leeches. After playing the PC game Out of This World, I remember that black looking leeches, they're just not good for you. Now, barely avoiding them, I continue on my way, occasionally being stumped for a short bit as the game throws a few puzzles my way. Most are fairly simple, whether it be climbing to get to higher ground, pulling a switch or lever, or simply trying to sneak past these big stationary eye sentry looking things. At one point I enter what I can only surmise to be some kind of a nursery. That alone is disturbing, as I notice what seems to be kids or beings that are really small enough to look like children just lying in their beds. Then all of a sudden this thing walks in and it's not even human. I hide under the bed and hope he continues on to whatever destination he has in mind. Hopefully, not this room. You will come across some rooms where you will have to worry more about being fast on your feet than trying to figure out a puzzle. Your character has freedom to move in any direction inside the semi 2.5D playing field. Lots of stuff can be interacted with, making this world much more enjoyable. You can also use some of the environment's objects to climb onto higher planes. You have a small lighter with you that you can use at any time, and some rooms will require that you have the lighter on as you navigate carefully. You will also need the lighter to turn on these lamps that are scattered about. They are your save points. Keep an eye out for them, since some of them are a bit far from one another. This right here is as far as I got with this game, yet I feel inclined to return to it, and soon. Just as with Subnautica, I won't be giving this title here a Halloween meter score, but I will say that the graphics on this are a solid 10. The entire art direction of the game, used in conjunction with the Unreal Engine, give it an atmosphere that is creepy, dark, and desolate. Gameplay will get an 8 so far. I am sure that as I progress further into the story, the puzzles and the difficulty will ramp up. Whether that will bring the score up or down as of now is unknown to me. But so far, I feel I have found a good game that will take up my time in the near future. Another one to add to my list of games I will be playing more often once I am done with this marathon. If you have heard of this game and have always thought about playing it but weren't quite sure if you should, I say give it a try. It's currently on Steam, and if you have PS Plus, it's included. Speaking of the marathon, we are approaching the 31st. We only got 2 more to go after this, so for day number 30, I'm going to go back to the 8-bit days of gaming to cover a title that might be responsible for one of the greatest franchises that spans to modern times. Until then, take care.